Greetings, Goddess Body Mind Spirit community. This is Tyra Omilade, your Goddess Guru, and welcome to the Inspired Goddess Morning Circle. This is a special edition of that morning circle. I just want to welcome you all into the virtual Goddess Ashram, the Temple of the Mother. This is a special edition in honor of the Spiritual Aspirant Initiation Enrollment Experience. Are you ready to go deep this morning, sisters? Good morning, goddesses. Good morning. Blessings of the mothers be upon you all. I'm so happy that you all are here this morning, and I am excited to share another part of me that I don't always bring because, astrology wins. Every time astrology wins. But I always infuse this part into what I do. So, yes, welcome into the Goddess Body Mind Spirit Goddess Ashram Temple. I'm so happy that you all are here today. I already see that the G Hive is here. Make sure, G Hive, that you do. It's our Wednesday morning circle. Make sure you still have your cup of sippy sip. I decided I am headed to Tulum, Mexico soon for the Manifestation Babe Academy. I was a peer mentor. And so I decided I'm going to go with my MBA cup. I have my MBA, Manifestation Babe Academy. I got my MBA in manifesting is what it says on this side. And on this side, it says my success is inevitable. And I am always on the right path. Good morning. Good morning, goddesses. Welcome. Hello to the goddess Ocean Kimmy, one of the spiritual aspirants who will be a part of the Spiritual Aspirant Initiation 2023. She will be on with me tomorrow evening. Greetings, spiritual aspirant Ocean Kimmy. Buenos dias. How are you, Paulette? So happy that you are here, Queen. Good morning, Shamika. Welcome. Glad to see you. Oh, Shamika, who lives in my mind and helps me stay organized. Last night, Shamika read my mind because I have forgotten to start putting up the Post-it notes to say who has joined. And actually, it's 7 up there now. We had a sister join last night, right before I went to bed. So we have Goddess A. I'm not going to say her name. She didn't give me her permission, but Goddess A is now a part of Spiritual Aspirant Initiation 2023. So how are you, Queen? Wealth Rising. Keita May, how are you? One of our upcoming initiates. I'm so happy that you are initiate now. You're part of it, but we haven't started officially. So good morning to Mystic Storm Spirituality. Peace, Goddess. How are you? Glad you are here. Good morning, Jasmine. Hello. How are you, Goddess? So happy that you are here. I just love how y'all are always like we've never met in person, and y'all are I just love y'all so much. It just warms my heart. And I'm like real sensitive, so it easily warms my heart just to see the love here. Thank y'all so much. Okay, we got a cup of Shango, however people like to say it. Yes, I will have to keep y'all posted on what Tulum is like. I've heard so many things about it, so I'm excited to get my chance to go. Yes, water, cut back on Shango. Okay. Join me. I have water today. No Shango for me. I have to live vicariously through those who can drink Shango. Yes, we have 7 new initiates. Greetings. Okay. I'm gonna call you Queen K, Cat Baloo. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna give it a chance. Good morning. So if y'all would just take a moment to just feel relaxed. We're gonna just kind of drop in right now. I do want to definitely say hello to hashtag replay queens. Y'all know I love you. So we're gonna all drop in, and we're even including the hashtag replay queens. And I'm just asking you, maybe take your hand, put one hand on your heart and one hand on your womb space. Take a deep breath in. Exhale. Feel yourself connecting with the now moment, being very present to what you're experiencing in your body as we have come here together in our inspired goddess morning circle. And I just want you to imagine that you are laying on Mother Earth. See yourself in your mind's eye. Imagine it, lying on Mother's Earth, on Mama Earth. Oh, it feels so, so good. The earth, it's that nice, cool, yet warm feeling that all of us love, and moist, yet comfortable. The grass is just right. We're at this time of the year where the powerful energy of Mother Earth is apparent as we begin to make a shift into a new season very, very soon. So we can just feel her love, we can feel her power, we can feel her energy coursing throughout of all of our energy, and we're feeling ourselves being held more and more. Just imagine you just leaning yourself back, being held by Mama Earth. She's got your back. And as you are being held by our Earth Mother, I want you to imagine that there's a golden white thread that is coming out from your heart on both sides, and it's going around, connecting with all the sisters who are here in our virtual ashram as we sit here together in our virtual goddess ashram, our virtual goddess temple. Feel yourself connected to all of the sisters. You are safe. And know that you are welcome here. All of you. The goodness, the things about yourself that you think are bad, the messiness, the greatness, the perfection. All of you is welcome here, sisters. And I just want to say to the ancient mothers of the North, the South, the East, and the West, I ask that you come and sit here and counsel with us in this virtual goddess circle. May the only thing that happened before our highest and greatest good. We thank you for the wisdom. We thank you for the insight that we are going to gain here today. We call on the powerful wisdom of our ancestral mothers of light to surround us, to be here with us, to guide us, to hold our hands as they are already doing. We are so thankful to you, ancestral mothers. We thank you for allowing us to stand on your shoulders. We thank you for caring about us enough to walk with us in this lifetime, whether we realize it or not. We give thanks to you. We know you did the best that you could do. You lived so that we could live. You lived so that we could be here and stand in this space as we are today. Life so much better than you ever imagined you could live. But you imagined a great day for us. And we give you thanks, mothers. We give you thanks, and we hold our wounds. Just grab your wounds, sisters. We hold our wounds knowing that whenever we heal our wounds, your wounds are healed too. So we thank you, ancestral mothers, for what you have done for us. And we come here today drawing on your wisdom, leaning on your example, knowing that what you laid for us, the foundation that you laid for us, is one that will help us in this day and age, this time of great upheaval, this time of changing of the guard. We're moving out of the age of Pisces into the age of Aquarius. We are the ones who are going through this great time of change, this great time of transformation, this great time of not realizing that we are at the forefront. We are the ancient mothers. We are the ancestral mothers who are laying the foundation for the women who will come behind us. We may not realize it, but we know that you did it, so we can do it too. We give thanks to you, ancestral mothers. I thank you so much for calling me into this tradition and helping me to remember to reach back and grab the ways from every generation, my mama all the way back. I give you thanks all the way back to the mothers who transcend or come from the star systems. I give you thanks, and I stand on your shoulders powerfully, and I will use whatever it is that you give to me in order to live during this great time. We are the trailblazers. You were once the trailblazers. We are now the trailblazers. I give thanks to you for reminding us of what it takes to be the kind of people who go through these types of changes and transformations. I give you thanks. And I hold that the only thing that these sisters will take from this circle today is what it is they need to go just another day, to continue to walk towards the destiny, to walk out the destiny that was laid before them before they came here. The very destiny that they chose is the destiny that they chose, mothers. So whatever it is, we know that the only thing that we are available to is for the highest and greatest good of everyone here and for walking out our destinies. And so may the only thing that we gain today is whatever it is that we need to take that next step to powerfully living out what it is that we came here to do, to have more peace, to have more harmony, to have more health, well-being, and to have connection with other powerful women and sisters in a loving way, in a nourishing way, because that too is ancient technology. Everyone, if you would, please take a deep breath in, inhale, and exhale. Flutter your eyes open. And I'm going to ask you all, if you would, to please stitch in. What is your name and what are you stitching in with? And you type in, I am Tirra, and I am bringing in, and I'll get my candle. And if you don't have a candle, it's okay. My candle is your candle. I am Tirra, and I am bringing in powerful connection to the mothers. And then let's see here. I know there's a delay, so I'll just wait for a few minutes while I'm waiting to hear you all stitch in. What we're going to start out with is just a little bit of energy work and a little bit of energy work. We're going to do a mindfulness practice, and then I have a few journal prompts that I would love to have us journal to for a few moments. And Cat, as in Catherine. Okay. And then I'm going to invite some of y'all, if you want to come on camera, just, you don't have to stay on long, to where we can have a discussion. You know, we can have a chat. So like last night, Ashley didn't know she was coming on. Maybe you want to put on a little lipstick or something. Get your hair together. But I would love it if some of y'all would come on with me and we can have a brief discussion about your journal prompts. I am Ocean Kimmy, and I'm bringing in pure joy. I'm Catherine, and I'm bringing in presence and awareness. I am Sharmika, and I'm bringing in sunshine. I am Kita May, and I am bringing in compassion. Thank you all. If anyone else writes something in, I will share that with you. Oh, wait a minute. Hold up. I am Jasmine, and I am bringing in a powerful release. Beautiful. I am Paulette, and I am bringing in grounding. Love it. Love it. Love it. Okay, so all the hashtag replay sisters, I would love it if you also typed in what you're bringing in, because we have you included in our energy this morning. So I'm having to kind of look away. So if I miss somebody's, I'll be right back. But yeah, let's just go on ahead and do. I'm gonna turn off the music. Let's go on ahead and drop into gratitude, um, mindfulness practice. No, 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 no. Thank you, spirit. The mothers were like, no, we're gonna do something else first. So what I want us to do is I want us to just kind of work on our energy a little bit. Wait a minute. I need to take that banner down. I want to work on our energy a little bit, okay? So, one of the things that's just so, so important is we take time every day, like to shower and to wash our face. And it's all this hygienic stuff that we do to our body. And so we want to have practices for our energy. And I love working with the meridian. So we're just going to do a couple of meridian tapping so that we can make sure our energy is flowing well. Okay. So I want you all to just start off with a nice deep breath. Inhale, long, slow, deep breath out. We're going to do another one. Inhale, hold it, and long, slow, deep breath out. Inhale, and a long, slow, deep breath out. So now what I want you to do is just come to right here at your cheekbones. And you're going to keep taking that breath in and out. And you're going to thump here. It's the stomach meridian. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Now what I want you to do is come right to your collarbone just below it. And you're going to thump there. Same thing. This is the kidney meridian, K27. Inhale, exhale. These are called the 4 thumps. I do the 4 thumps pretty much every day because these are the meridians that can help your energy get reset very quickly. And you want to make sure you're kind of like putting a little pressure there. We really want to get any energy that's stuck unstuck. Next, we're going to come here to, this is thymus. If you want to use your fist, you could do 1. There's not actually a right or wrong way to do this. Inhale and exhale. Also, this works on the heart chakra, so we can get in touch with living from our heart, because that's part of the divine feminine way of living. We want to get out of our head and get into our hearts, right? And then the next one we're going to do is tap on the mother meridian, which is the spleen meridian, right here, right at the bra line. This one helps to get it, once it gets back online, it helps all the other meridians that are all throughout the body get online also. And so now what I want you to do is just cross your energy. You just start here at your shoulder, dig in a little bit, pull down and across, and then you just alternate it. Dig in a little bit, bring it down and across. Good. Now I want you to take your fingers, put them into your eyebrows, right here at the inside of the eyebrow. Take your thumbs and really press in there. And then you're going to tent your fingers like this. We're going to take 2 deep breaths in. Inhale, exhale. Inhale and exhale. Now I want you to take your fingers and put them right here in the middle of your forehead. And I want you to dig in and pull. This is called the crown pull. Shake. Dig in and pull. This helps to open up the brain a little bit. And you can dig in at the top. If you have a lot of hair or you don't want to mess up your hair, then just do it on top, over your head. But you dig in and pull, dig in and pull, dig in, pull. Right? And you just keep going down the backside until you get to the bottom. And then you're going to kind of like dig into your shoulders and let your hands and arms just hang. Right? We're going to take 2 deep breaths. Inhale and exhale. And then we're going to bring our hands right here to our heart and just take another 2 deep breaths in and out. One more in and out. And so, do you see my hands weaving? Essentially, I'm making a infinity symbol. And that's what you want to create, infinity symbol. And just do that infinity symbol all over your body. The infinity symbol is definitely one of the feminine symbols, and it helps to cross your energy in the meridian world. It helps to cross your energy so that you, both parts of your body are communicating with each other. Good. And so now if you would, just close your eyes. And I want you to imagine that there's a golden white column of light coming down over your body, and it is cutting all cords that you have connected to you. Maybe it's cords you set up with somebody. Could be if you read something on the internet or anything, honestly, anything that our consciousness has taken note of. And so every day we just want to take that time to cut cords. So let's just go on ahead and do that. We're going to cut all the cords. And it's this golden white column of light, and it's coming down over your body. And it's just cutting all those cords as it comes down across you. And once you see all the cords cut, now we're going to work on that subtle energy. And I want you just to see this cloud of energy. It's like a white, it's like steam. And I want you to see that cloud just like steaming your energy, but it's clarifying your energy, and just see it washing over you like if we were in a steam room. It's just like showering down over you, getting rid of any subtle energies that are still there that we don't want there. Now, the next thing I want you to do is I want you to take your feet, if you can, and place them on the ground, or just in your mind's eye, imagine your feet are on the ground and there are roots growing from your feet down, 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 deep into Mother Earth. You just feel yourself anchored and held by Mother Earth. I want you to take a deep breath in, exhale, and just ground down. Let your shoulders relax, ground down into your body. Feel yourself being held and anchored to, connected to the wisdom of our Earth Mother. Beautiful. And now I want you just to see this golden white bubble of light come up and around your energy, up and around you, okay? And you're now contained in this bubble of light, anchored by the Great Mother. And I tell you what, I also want you to see this. I want you to see this connection. It's connected to your crown chakra, and you just feel yourself connected through that bubble to higher source energy. Maybe it's the Great Mother, whatever word you want to use. You feel yourself just in constant conscious communication with that energy. You can even call on it right now. Just be like, I see you, I hear you. Help me today. Think of something that you would like guidance on today. And just going ahead and ask that energy. I'm just going to call it the Great Mother. Ask the Great Mother to help you. I'll just formulate one question or one request for help. So for me, my request for today is help me to remember everything that I need to do that I haven't yet written down. Don't let me forget the things that I know are most important today. That's how I work every day with the Great Mother. Now, infuse that bubble of light that's surrounding you with, I'm going to give y'all some colors today, light pink and light blue, very soft pink, soft blue, and just feel that bubble filling up with all of that light. Okay. And just sitting present for a moment. You can just stay comfortable how you are. And I'm going to go on ahead and take us into our gratitude practice, because the gratitude practice is important every day, but Venus and Jupiter are meeting in the sky. And so I thought it would be great to do a practice on gratitude. And so this practice is called gratitude and gladness. And I'm going to take a sip of water. My mouth is dry. Okay, so you can just continue to keep your eyes closed if that works for you. They don't actually have to be closed. But we're going into that practice now. So just a few words to start. And first off, gratitude is a feeling of thankfulness about something you've been given. And gladness, as a more general sense of feeling, is a more sense of feeling pleased, rewarded, delighted, or happy about something without it necessarily being a gift. And much of the time, these two sweet feelings come from a blend. They form a blend. And so we're going to explore them together. Gratitude, gladness, and their related feelings like appreciation may seem sort of like Hallmark cardish and hokey, that they're easy to dismiss. But studies have shown that cultivating them has lasting and important benefits, including lifting your mood, increasing satisfaction with life, and building resilience. And I think most people actually would prefer those sorts of things over money, because when we have a lifted mood, when we have satisfaction with life, when we build resistance, it attracts money or, relationship, all the big things that people really want, health, mood, feeling satisfied with life, and having resilience will bring all the rest to you. So to get started, begin to notice feelings of gratitude or gladness that are already present in your mind. Perhaps there is a background sense of being glad about where you live. Were you pleased that your child or someone in your life today is in a good mood? And as you go about your day, just be particularly attentive to any feelings of gratitude or gladness that naturally arise. You want to create an experience of gratitude or gladness by looking for things to feel grateful for or glad about. Actually, I want you to begin to think about something small or simple. Just focusing on maybe whatever it is that you brought here to drink this morning: water, tea, Shango, cup of coffee. Maybe it's being here in circle with your sisters and me this morning. Just allowing gratitude to really, and gladness to really infuse your energy at this time. Maybe it's being able to hear the birds or just being able to hear, even if it's, like here in Tennessee, there's trucks that are kind of loud, but you can hear. Just being grateful for something simple. Maybe you're grateful for your pet, all of the blooming that a lot of us are seeing going on. Or maybe you see snow. Maybe somebody did something kind for you recently. Just allowing gratitude, allowing gladness to be the predominant energy that you're connected to right now. Grateful for life. Maybe there's something in your past that you can think about and feel that gladness about, appreciation. It could be something in the recent past or something that happened a while ago. So much gratitude, so much gladness. Maybe it's something in the future that you have to look forward to. It could be the near future. It could be something that you know is coming, but there's still a little bit of time. But oh my gosh, you feel so grateful and so glad about it. So happy, joyful. Just opening to this sense of gratitude and gladness. Taking note of what they feel like and what it takes to keep this energy going and flowing. Just gently helping them become as rich and as intense as possible. Gladness filling your whole body, gratitude filling your whole body. Opening to related feelings like joy and ease, fulfillment. Hmm. And maybe you want to embody this sense of gratitude and gladness by smiling, bouncing up and down in delight, softening your face, or reaching your arms out to the world. You can let gratitude and gladness sink in deeper. And as you give your mind to gratitude and gladness, let yourself feel content that there's already plenty for you in this moment and that you don't need to chase after it or hold it tightly. And another point to consider with gratitude and gladness is that we can also couple it with being grateful for things that have been a disappointment or a loss. Last night on the live stream, Spiritual Aspirant Ashley mentioned how failure is not really a thing that she thinks is bad. She embraces it as a lesson. She embraces it as a way to get feedback about life, not a judgment to tear her down. So, can we be grateful for the things that have been disappointment? Where can we find disappointing? Where can we find the gratitude in that? Where can we find the gratitude in loss? As we just continue to make gratitude and gladness more prominent. You can also, when the negative thoughts come in, like don't get too excited, just go on ahead and drop those thoughts, let them float on out. Don't fixate on those. Instead, just say, for this moment, I'm grateful and I'm glad. Just drop any negative thoughts from your awareness. Continuing to sense gratitude and gladness more and more. Okay, so imagine that some of the many things you feel grateful for or glad about are showering down and gradually filling an emptiness inside you. And perhaps gratitude and gladness are touching young parts of you that felt unhappy. And when you want, you can let go of any negative material and stay with that sense of gratitude, gladness, joy, contentment, just letting the universe fill you up right now. And so, one of the things you can do as you go about your day is be aware of any neutral or positive thoughts or sensings that you have around gratitude and gladness to continue to help to amplify this energy in your life, to balance out the mind that has a tendency towards negativity, to keep it safe. And also, we want to bring in non judgmental awareness or mindfulness to our whole life as we experience the ups and the downs with the sense of what we call in mindfulness equanimity. And that's that groundedness that we put into your feet, grounding you to Mother Earth. It helps you to be able to hold yourself and not be swayed, even in the midst of difficult times. And we're just combining all of that with cultivating the sense of warmth and ease and fulfillment by practicing gratitude and gladness. In just a few more moments. Sorry, y'all. That was not a good one. When you're ready, you can open your eyes. Whew, I needed all of that. So let me know, how are you feeling with the gratitude? It's like I said, it can sound hokey and almost like Hallmark movie type stuff, but I don't know what I would do without my gratitude practice. I literally do not know what I would do without it. So I really want to emphasize that for you all. Let Venus and Jupiter be an opportunity for us to manifest something that we want, but maybe it's also a time to really commit to gratitude. Maybe gratitude practice for all the month of March. Every day, write down something that you're grateful for. As a matter of fact, why don't you go on ahead and share here? What are you grateful for? I'm grateful for all of you. I'm gonna turn on a little music. Music helps the transition be really, really nice. Music is everything. I need to get deeper into meditation. I was emotional this morning. So the gratitude and gladness really helped me out. Oh, glad to hear that. Yeah. Yeah. Loved it. I'm grateful for the birds singing outside. They're having fun this morning. Gotta love the birds. Hello, Queen Larissa. How are you? I'm grateful for a new day and just being here now. Yeah, I love that. Sometimes it's just so simple. I'm grateful to be here every Wednesday in this beautiful community. Grateful for how far I've come. Oh, so beautiful. Yeah. It's always so nice just to take this time out and do this kind of work. And you can see it doesn't take much, you know. We haven't been on super long. Okay. So now, what I want to do is bring up. Ah, okay. Shamika and her doctor. Shamika's doctor is like, I'm gonna need for you to drink more el agua and to get into your meditation. You got a good doctor. Good, Shamika. Aw. Catherine, I am grateful for sunshine, stillness, and now. That is beautiful. Thank you for sharing, Catherine. Thank you. Okay, so I want us to take just a few minutes. I'm going to give us about a minute per question. Because I don't want us to take, I don't want to be on super long today because I've been going live a lot and I have to kind of be cautious to not overdo it. Um, but I want us to take time to journal today. What season are you in? Excuse me. Are you in right now? What season of life, excuse me, are you in right now? And I'll tell you what, I'm going to give us about 90 seconds. I'm going to look at the comments that just came up, but I'm going to give us about 90 seconds to write down our answer. Uh, where are we? Cancel. And then we'll go to the next one. And then what I'm going to ask us to do is I'm going to ask some of y'all if y'all want to come on screen so we can chat as a community with folks on screen. And not just me here talking to my microphone, which I know y'all are out there. I know y'all are out there. Okay. So, first question, what season of life are you in right now? go ahead and write down. Doesn't matter what it is, just eke it out. Go with your first thoughts. Okay, that's the first question. Let me get you the next question. What blocks do you currently have? We're going to just journal for just a minute and a half. What blocks do you currently have? Okay, so the last one is list your biggest dreams for the future. Maybe 2 or 3, because we're not journaling for long. And what's one step you can take today to make at least one of the dreams a reality? And it's maybe think about one big dream that you have for this year, and what's one step you can take today to make that dream come true or be a reality. A minute. I don't know why this is not coming up. Oh, here we go. I don't know why it's not coming up. Anywho, going ahead and answer that question. List your biggest dreams or one big dream for this year, and what's one step you can take today to make that dream a reality. see what I was doing wrong. All righty. Does anyone want to come on and talk and chat and maybe even get some coaching if there's something challenging, if you feel like there's something challenging going for you? This is something that people typically pay me good money to do. But yeah, that's a part of what we're doing this morning. So if you want to come on, let me know. And actually, I'm just going to drop it in the comments. And so when you come in, I'll see you come in, and then I'll let you know when I'm bringing you up on screen. But who wants to come up this morning? Who wants to come up and share if you want to, you might be great and you don't need any coaching, um, but we can talk about it in the chat too, for sure. That's hilarious. Yeah. Shamika's doctor is like, we getting ready to do this. I'm grateful for the now and the birth of my grandmother, Earth. Today is her birthday. May she forever be so cool. Oh, happy birthday, grandmother. Ah. So I'm gonna be honest with y'all. The birds are a part of this Sacred Feminine Mystery Spiritual Aspirant Initiation. They are very, very significant. So it's kind of interesting to me that y'all are really talking about birds. I think that's so cool. Hello, bonjour. How are you, Diza? Welcome, Queen. I think I'm in the blooming phase of life. That's beautiful. So what does that mean? What does that look like, Kita May? Hi, still learning. Yay, you made it in time. Is your first name T? I think this is the sister who I connected with whose first name starts with a T. Ah, yes. I'm pretty sure that's Queen T. Hey, Queen T, because I told you it's two of y'all's YouTube names. I get them mixed up. Okay, breaking free from the cocoon. Breaking free from the cocoon. What does that look like? Do you have anything else you want to add in there? I feel I'm in a season of transition and release again, but this time for growth and expansion. Love it. Love it. Currently, I'm preparing for spring, so cleaning things out, setting goals for the new year. So I see a lot of us have quite a bit of transformation going on or blooming and blossoming. Yeah, transformative season. So, still learning, believing things are actually getting better. They are, and I'm here waiting for the other shoe to drop. Got to be gentler with that, journaling, elaborating on that. Let me know if you want to come on and talk about that because that's actually something that's very common um, that people deal with. But I can talk about that. If let me see, did anybody say they want to come on? I don't think anybody wants to come on. Oh, okay. Ocean Kimmy is here. I just heard the little beep. Okay, so me and Ocean Kimmy, we're going to talk about still learning's question because I think this is a very good one. You ready, Ocean Kimmy? You ready to come on? Hold on, let me see. Is she frozen? Oh, can you hear me, Ocean Kimmy? You ready to come on? Okay. Hey, Queen.
Hello. How are you, dear?
Wait a minute, hold up. I see your
Yeah.
hair.
What's going on? I hear two things going on.
It's a double echo.
Yeah.
Hold on one second.
Should I go off of YouTube? Is that what it is?
Yeah, close out YouTube.
Okay.
Is, is that better?
Yes.
Okay, good, good, good. Welcome, Queen. How are you?
Hello, dear. I'm doing well.
I'm
You were like,
amazed.
hey, just put something on your lips or whatever. I was like, well, let me go put some chapstick on, child.
That's all we need. That's all we need. I'm glad you're here. How are you doing this morning?
I'm doing good. It's early here, so I
That's
think it's
right.
like 7:15 here. So
Yeah, it is.
yeah,
It is very early out on the West
I still
Coast.
got my caftan on.
You look amazing.
Thank you, dear.
You're so Leo-esque. Leos, y'all just be looking right and tight all the time. Y'all just be like, I just threw something on. I'm like, really? That's just throwing something on?
Wake up shining, huh?
That's right. Like the sun. So, one of the things that we love to do in SAI is, share and kind of like, in a way, it's kind of like mastermind because I might share something and other sisters might share something. So I love what Still Learning has here. So, what season is she in? Believing things are actually getting better. And she said, they are, and I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop. Gotta be gentler with that, journaling, elaborating on that. And so I thought that that was a really good topic that she brought up because it's a little bit more specific and we can kind of like talk about what that means. So I'm actually somebody who has had that situation happen. It's like so much, when good things happen, it makes me kind of paranoid. And like, wait a minute, does that mean like how long will I get to keep this? And like she's saying, when is the other shoe gonna drop? When I was a little girl, I remember my little brother was gonna have this birthday party at Chuck E. Cheese, and none of us really had real birthday parties when we were kids. So it was a big deal, even for me and my older brother. We were 6 and 8 years older than him. And so we were all excited. My dad gets in an accident because, he was, he was an alcoholic at that time. And he ran into a light pole and we couldn't go to Chuck E. Cheese. And all three of us were just devastated by this. And it made me kind of draw this conclusion of every time something good happens, something bad happens. And so it has always kind of made me feel like I don't want anything too good to happen because then it's going to be followed by something bad. And so here lately, I have been challenging that because I'm like, it's always something good and always something bad that's going to happen. And damn it, I'd rather have something good and then something bad happens than nothing good happening at all. And so, it does take time to kind of like go in and look at what why do I think this way? What part of me in the past has this set up that is trying to keep me safe, and how can I get it on board to understand that it actually it doesn't matter if something bad happened. I did have something good happen. And so to just kind of have these conversations and sell myself on, don't worry about the shoe dropping. I'm only going to be right here, right now, focused on this moment. What do you have to say about that, Ocean Kimmy?
So that is exactly what it is. Having to see things differently. Self coaching, talking yourself out of that program that you have. You've got that program of needing to be safe. I'm actually going through one of the same things right now, that feeling safe, still feeling disconnected from my body, still feeling like I have to be safe. But I finally told myself, you are safe. But if you don't
Mm.
believe it, then you're not. Right? So I
Mm.
had to keep going in and doing that mental work. I had to
Mhm.
keep, I had to reprogram myself
Yeah.
because it's so easy to go back to the automatic thing. We're most of the time on autopilot.
Yeah.
So it's so easy to go back to that thing. And I had to really realize that I'm okay. I
Yeah.
trust myself now. Like my intuition is heightened and I listen to it. I trust it. I know that I am
Mm.
divinely protected. So I don't even have to do all of that anymore. So I finally have come up with a plan for myself to get myself over that hump.
Mhm.
And that is just to be very intentional. Like that is my focus. My whole focus is getting that connection back with my body.
Beautiful. And I love that you're talking about being intentional because as I see it, that's what life is about. And, I'm being transparent. A lot of what I'm doing this morning is to help sisters understand the kind of work we do in the spiritual aspirant initiation. And so one of the things that I've become even more clear about explaining what is spiritual aspirant initiation about is being present in your life and being intentional to how you are living your life. So I love that you brought that up, Ocean Kimmy, with trusting your intuition. That's feminine. Like if we do not trust our intuition, if we do not trust that there is some divine protection around us, that's truly a reflection of this wounding that we have as divine feminine beings. One of the games that's run on us is do not trust yourself. That's
Mhm.
cold, calculated game
Yeah.
to disengage women from their power.
Yeah.
And so, the fact that you're mentioning living according to your intuition is just beautiful. Did you want to share anything else before we move
Well,
forward?
it's just something that I never did before. Before coming on my path, I never trusted myself. I always
Mm.
relied on things outside of me. And
Like what?
so, well, like church.
Mm.
It was always, and not, that's not to put anybody,
Of
say
course.
anything to what anyone else believes. But it was just a very oppressive walk for me. That was
Mhm.
very oppressive, and it wasn't productive for me to
Okay.
to believe outside of me in that kind of way.
Mhm.
Um,
Mhm.
so I trust myself as goddess now.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I have to
Okay,
trust how
thank
I
you for that.
feel.
And it's important because there we one of the things that we have to be mindful of and intentional about is making sure we do stay in tune with our inner guidance because when you talk about the body, I think that that is one of the number one ways that we stay disengaged from trusting ourselves and being in tune. And so people will say, do this or do that with the body. And, or, maybe we had things happen to us. And so the body got wounded and it's something from the outside that made us not feel safe.
Mm-hmm.
But we have to constantly just keep coming back. One of the things that I've been saying here lately is coming back home to ourselves. We need to come home to hear. The
Mm-hmm.
body is a part of our spirituality, whether people, like it's so poo-pooed upon,
Yeah.
this physical realm sometimes is just looked at as like the worst place you could ever be, right?
Mm-hmm.
But it's all a part of, the universe and spirituality, it's just all one energy. And so the body is a barometer of the soul. And
Yeah.
so to listen, like, what do people say I'm supposed to eat? I will take in what someone tells me, but in the end, I have to check with my body to see, is this
Mm-hmm.
something that's good for my body?
That's it.
Or, even in business, I have one coach who is like, we ultimately only listen to ourselves. Ultimately, we can take in whatever we want, but in the
Yeah.
end, we have to learn to trust ourselves when it comes to our business. So we can take in stuff from the outside, but we always have to ask the question, how is this working for me? And is my life in agreement with it? So you just
That's
made me
right.
think about that.
Because
So
we're not the same. We're all different. We're all different, period.
so unique. So unique.
Yeah. So you got to do what you got to do for you. It really, it's okay to hear somebody else's opinion, but you don't ever need to take other people's bags. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying?
Okay.
You don't ever need to
Because
do
a
that.
lot of times people's opinion is just their bags, isn't it?
Yeah. It's their bag.
That's
It's
good.
what they've been through. It's that thing they're hauling around with them. And then they try to give it to you. Don't take it.
Yeah.
You don't have to take it.
Yeah. Ooh, that is so good. Thank you for that. So I want y'all to see how we're having a conversation and we're both bringing something rich. I'm not the creme de la creme. Okay, I am, but we all are the creme de la creme. I'll say it that way. We
For
all going to bring
sure.
something beautiful. So this is kind of sort of like what you'll see inside of SAI. So Larissa says, I'm in spring planting seeds for the future. I love that. And trying to do it by taking care of me. One block I have is fear and chronic self doubt. Um, at the office, no journal. No, understand. And she says, oh, also other things she's doing radical self love, and she wants a promotion in her job, currently working on my review forms. Okay. So I love Larissa's clarity about what's going on. And again, it goes back to being mindful and present to what is. So let me ask you this, Ocean Kimmy, how have you worked on trusting yourself? What are the things that when you started, you're saying I'm moving more into, my spirituality, and then some of your work with me, you were not as trusting of yourself. How did you begin to cultivate that trust that you have within inside of you, of your intuition?
Honestly, I just started listening to how I feel about things versus what I was taught. Like getting my nose pierced. That may not be a big deal to some people. That may not be an obstacle to overcome. But for me it was. Because in my head, that's not what you're supposed to look like. You're not supposed to
Mm,
have tattoos all over the place. But I love those things, right? I always thought it was beautiful, but I was like, I can't do that. I can't do that. And one day I finally said, F it, I'm gonna do it. Because I can and I want to. My soul's been wanting to do it. Why not do it? Right? So I did that. And then I wanted to get the gauges in my ear. So I did my gauges. And
mhm.
but again, it was always like, oh, you can't, do stuff like that. You have to look a certain way because you're a nurse. Because, by trade, I'm a nurse.
Yeah.
Oh, you can't look like that when you go to work. You know what I mean?
Mm,
But
mm,
no, I had to finally just be like, this is what you want to do. Why
mhm,
not do what you want to do and be who you want to be? Be who you are. You don't have to
mm,
be nobody else. And I felt like when I was growing up, I was learning how to be other people or trying to live up to this standard that we as a people had to live
mm,
up to,
mhm.
right?
Yeah.
As a people, we had to look a certain kind of way so that we don't
Mhm.
frighten people. We had to
Yeah.
act a certain kind of way. You're supposed to dress a certain kind of way. So yeah, I had to let those things go. And so I can't say that it was a particular exercise that I did, but I just stopped being afraid to listen to me, engaging my body on my heart space,
Mm. Okay.
on what I wanted to do. I
Yeah.
just started doing those things. Yeah,
Mm. I love that. The question that came to my mind as I listened to you is, if what I want to do is wrong, according to whom? Like,
exactly. Because what is
according
right
to
or wrong?
whom? Yeah.
Exactly. What is that? It's different for everybody. Again, we're different people. So right and wrong is different. Now there are some things that are clear cut,
Yeah.
right? There are
Yeah.
some things that we know that they're absolute. Killing someone's wrong.
Yeah.
But then again, is it if somebody is hurting me,
Right.
if I'm
Yeah.
defending myself, am I
Mhm.
wrong? You know what I'm
According
saying?
to
So
whom?
it's still
According to whom? Yeah, and another phrase that I hear, that I've learned from NLP is, The only meaning something has is the meaning that we give it.
Mm-hmm.
And so if we think something is wrong or we're living our lives according to something outside of us, the first question we can ask is, okay, it's wrong according to whom? And like you said, you had to get back into your heart and start listening to you and see what it is that you really want. You think they're beautiful. You think the piercings and the gauges and the tattoos, all that's beautiful to you. So is
Mm-hmm.
it really wrong if your heart is saying, no, this is who I am. This is a reflection of how I show up and my beauty in the world. Is that really wrong? And that
Mm-hmm.
will begin to help you. And then the other thing is, I understand that some people, because I was raised up in the same generation, tattoos used to be like the devil. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I
Yeah.
don't even know why. Everybody got tattoos for the most part nowadays. Tattoos are like it's no different from having just regular earrings, how women had those back in the day. So
Yeah.
now it's kind of like the only meaning that the tattoos have is what people gave them, because at one point tattoos were looked at as evil, and now.
Right.
And even before they were looked at as evil, we know there were ancient people that would put markings on their bodies and everything, and it was
Yeah.
not evil. So it's
Right.
just an opinion, and we have to make sure that we are operating outside of um well, we may hear the opinions, but we can't let the opinions guide us. The
Yeah.
opinion that matters the most
Yeah.
is my opinion.
Yes. Yeah. I
So,
totally feel that way. And I feel like that was the beginning of me beginning to get in tune with myself and
oh,
doing the things that I want to do, uncovering all those traumas, pulling those things up and getting down to the bottom of who Eileen is. Who are
mm,
you?
mm.
It's the question. It's a deep
Sister, do you know
question.
who you are?
I know who I am now.
But that's what you began to explore, wasn't it?
Hmm. Hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's been
Okay,
a
so
beautiful journey.
yeah. When as Maya Angelou says, wouldn't take nothing for my journey now. So we see perfectionism, trusting myself is a block for me.
Mhm.
Fear, chronic self-doubt. Okay, so this trusting myself, that's important. And so this is what I used to do, and I still actually do it now, but especially in the earlier part of my journey, Ocean Kimmy, is I would say, okay, I don't trust myself. That was definitely one of the things I was dealing with. I don't trust myself. And so I began to tell myself, I'm gonna go stand at Shoes Crossroads every now and again. I'm gonna just put myself on those crossroads
Mhm.
and ask myself, where am I with trusting myself? Because my thing was, I may not go from zero trust to 100% trust in a day. But if I could go from 0 to 1% trust in myself more,
Mhm.
that's a win. Very incremental changes. And so in the EFI tradition, we talk about going to stand at the crossroads of Eshu, Alegua. And Eshu will help you to like as many paths and roads that you can take. But a lot of times you begin to understand who you are and what kind of Iwa Pele character, good
Mhm.
character, gentle character that you are developing. And so I just kept gauging it. I would just go stand at the road and I would say, as you show me, am I trusting myself more now? And then I go, I see, oh, I'm actually doing better with trusting myself. And what as she would do would be bring to my mind the times that I did trust myself versus didn't trust myself. As
Mhm.
she would just help me to like be able to review what trusting myself looked like. And then one day I got to like 50% of trusting myself.
Mhm.
And one thing I learned from one of my coaches is called the tipping point. All you need is 51%. Once you get to that 51% of trusting yourself, that 51% of I know that what I am manifesting is coming is mine. It is mine now. I don't have to see it to know it is so. When you get to 51%, it's like this snowball effect
Mhm.
and the momentum builds. And so after a while, I felt more comfortable trusting myself than not. When I didn't trust myself, it actually began to feel painful. Whereas
Mhm.
before, trusting myself and doubting myself was like my normal way of feeling. But then once I started trusting myself more, it was no longer my normal way of feeling. I mean, that other way was no longer my normal way of feeling. And that is what I began to lean into more and more and more until it's like to not trust myself is like not even an option. I might do it sometimes,
Mhm.
but I will snatch myself back because it's just
Yeah.
too foreign for me to be walking over in doubt and all of it's just way too foreign. So
Yep. It's too
that's
much.
just what I want to kind of offer to the sisters. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's too much. You have to get to that place where you're truly gauging yourself and you're like, okay, how am I feeling? That's why meditation is a great thing to do. It's great to have daily spiritual practices because that is what those things do. They help bring you back into awareness and into a focus, you know. And so these things are very important. It's important on the goddess path to do these things, any's path, but it's very important to have spiritual practice every single day, just to keep yourself in alignment and keep yourself on the right track. And if you're doing something and you're being very intentional, which you should be intentional with everything you're doing, um, if you're being very intentional, you most definitely don't want to skip out on your daily practices because they set the tone of the day.
Yeah,
Yeah.
girl. You know me. I'm all about the daily spiritual practices.
I
Like
know
I
you
can't
are.
even imagine. I mean, I can't imagine it because I've done it. I've lived life with them and I've lived life without them, consciously done this. And there's some days where I'm like, and let me slip on one. So there are times when I'll be real good with journaling, and then there's times when it's just like journaling just slips out of what I'm doing every day. Because it's
Yeah.
like I have these ground level practices that I do. They're like brushing my teeth. They're gonna get done. And then there's more that I build in over time. And journaling is one that I had moved away from. It's kind of like I would move in and out with the journaling. And now if I go too long without journaling, I will I will be like, "Oh my gosh, life sucks." And then I'll start going down my list like, am I skipping something? And I'm like, I have not been journaling. And I had gotten away from doing my mindfulness practice. It's like, oh, I'm going to get up because a lot of times I'll do hypnosis and mindfulness while I'm still laying in bed. And then
Yes.
some mornings I'm like, I've done so much hypnosis this morning. I need to get up right now. And I'm going to get up and do my mindfulness. And then I'll go days without doing it. And it becomes a slippery slope sometimes. And next thing I know, I'm like, I'm just so sad and I'm so depressed and life sucks. And then I'll just start going, oh, snap. I am not doing my mindfulness daily.
Yep.
Look, as she brought me to the crossroads, as she was like, I bring you to the crossroads when you're doing what you're supposed to do and
Mhm.
when you're doing what you're not supposed to do. I'm going
Yeah.
old school, supposed to do. So,
Yeah.
okay, I love that you're talking about the spiritual practices also because the sisters are talking about what it is they want to manifest. So, oh, here's yours, Ocean Kimmy, online business up and running, and your step is web designer. I thought Larissa had something about promotion. Shamika meeting the evolved her and becoming grateful for the journey of becoming her. Diza manifesting a partner and moving to South Korea and prospering there.
Mhm.
She's learning Korean. Of course. Hey Felicia, welcome.
Hey, Felicia Boo.
Okay, so those are the ones that I'm seeing now. Okay. So when it comes to the spiritual practices, when it comes to removing blocks, but also manifesting dreams, how have you been using your spiritual practice in order to do that? Maybe you can think about your online business. because I know that's something you've been working on for a minute. How have you been using your spiritual practice to help you manifest your
Um,
online business?
the first spiritual practice is always the ancestors, always my ancestors'
Oh,
guidance from my guides, right?
okay.
That is very important. The first thing I do when I open my eyes is Ibashe Igun,
Mm.
Ibashe Igungun.
What does that
Like
mean?
that's number one. That's like power to the ancestors. You know what I'm saying? Power
Hmm.
to all the ancestors.
Yeah.
So first I
Hmm.
big up my bloodline, my ancestors, and then I big up all the ancestors.
Big up.
That's why some folks' ancestors be at my house blessing me. I'll be blessing them. But that's like the main thing right there. Like when I get to sit at my altar, I get a lot of information. I get a lot of downloads there. I'll have my music. I have a music playlist that I like to play. It's all high vibrational music. It's nothing about love. It's nothing about sex. It's nothing about, it's just these, I'm grateful. It's about me honoring my divine feminine. It's
Okay.
those types of the type of music that will put you in the right mindset, because
Hmm.
manifestation is about mindset.
Yeah.
This all of this is about mindset. Healing is
Hmm.
about mindset. So
Hmm.
you want to create the right environment. So those one of the ways is just getting in tune with the ancestors and hearing from them. And the music is a big thing too. And another one, hypnotherapy. I love hypnotherapy. uh Hypnotherapy. Meditation, because during meditation, like you can make that visual. You can get that
Mm.
visual,
Of
you know
what you want to
of,
manifest.
of what you want to manifest. Yes. And
Hmm.
you can also visualize that blockage going away.
Mm. Melting,
If just gotta
evaporating.
visualize it, right?
Mm.
And make that thing real. You got to
Hmm.
see it and feel it and taste it. And it's okay to see your blockage, but you need to see it going away. You don't
Hmm.
need to see it staying.
I
You need
love
to see
that.
it going away.
I love that.
You know.
And so, how have you gotten like? Is your spiritual practice? And I'm kind of setting you up because this is what I do with mine. Is your spiritual practice helping you to take those scary steps that it takes to build an online business, or are you getting the downloads of like this is the next step to take, or is it both?
Yeah, it's all of that.
Hmm.
But also I did have to move out of the fear
Mm.
of having a business of my own. I have never in my life dreamed of being a business owner. No. So much easier to just go to somebody else's business that they created and clock in. And
Right.
I don't have to worry about nothing else.
And it's no judgment in that because
No,
it's
no
nice. And when you
judgment. I'm
get your own
doing that
business,
right now. I
there's a
have a
lot of
job
us
right
when we
now.
get our own business. It's like, oh my God, can I go get
Yes.
a job? Having a job
Yes.
is so much easier.
Yeah. So it's just so much more that you have to put in, and it's just not something I ever thought of doing. Um, but it's definitely the way for me to go. But I didn't know what the heck I was doing, and so that would get scary, and then I would step back, and then all of the steps and things that you have to learn to be able to put everything together. It's a lot.
But
And
your spiritual practice
I had
helped
to
you.
really, huh?
Your spiritual practice helped you?
Yeah, definitely. It definitely helped because it helped me see that this is what I want to do. It's what
Okay.
you want to do. And so you just have to have a different perception of this thing. This is
Yeah.
just what you have to do to get there, right? To get
Yeah.
it going. These
Yeah.
are the steps. Is it too hard? I had just had to gauge myself. I had to ask the ancestors to show me sometimes, like, is this
Mm.
something, I need to be pursuing? But before they even said anything, I knew that I was going to pursue that, because it
Yeah.
just doesn't work for me anymore the other way.
Yeah. Yeah.
um Being, I don't want to be a nurse anymore.
Mhm.
um and there's nothing negative to say about nurses.
Mhm.
I've been a nurse for 26 years.
Mm.
But I just don't want to be a nurse anymore. I don't like the way that healthcare is going, so I don't want to be a
Mhm.
nurse anymore. And I want to create healing environments for people,
Mhm.
So that's what I've
Mm.
decided to do. And
Mm.
I think it's going to work out very well. I don't
I
even
know it
have
will.
the doubts in my head anymore that I had.
I
Like, oh
shall.
my gosh, how am I going to do this? How, you know what the ancestor said? It's going to come to you. This is what you're supposed to be doing.
I shall.
You are walking in your destiny now. We
Mhm.
got you. So I don't even
I
worry about
shall.
that no more. I just
Oh.
need to do what I need to do on this end
Mhm.
to get it going.
Mhm. Beautiful. Yeah, it takes that actually making these very scary steps and mixing it in there with the spiritual practice
Hmm.
to see that it's like all one thing, actually. It's
Yeah.
not actually to be scared and doubtful and critical is self-critical is not a problem.
No, it's normal.
Where it becomes a problem is when we sit in it too long, and then
Yes.
we start getting the exact reverse of what we want. Our life begins to
Hmm.
devolve. But,
Yes.
it does take this. I'm taking the scary step. I might have to pull back a little bit and, keep working my spiritual practices. But after a while, it just becomes one and the same thing because, I've seen people have extremely, exceedingly successful businesses, and then you will see them have a lot of doubt. You will see
Yeah.
them being like, "Am I doing the right thing?" It's like just part of what's going to happen. But as long as they have, like, you talked about the mindset practices, and for us spiritual gals, having these spiritual practices infused in it, it can help you see the next step to go, when it's time to leave. Like with you, nursing has served you well, but it's time for you to move on. It can help you embrace, because it's a lot of nurses, Eileen. I know you already know this because I'm not a
Hmm.
nurse, but I know you know this. It's a lot of nurses that's not willing to make that leap. They're going to just stay miserable. They know they don't want to be there anymore, but it's safe for them and it's no judgment.
Hmm.
Um, and so we all get to make choices. It's never a judgment, but there's a lot of people that would just rather just be like, I'm miserable here, but it's what I know, versus allowing yourself to just accept, I'm not supposed to be here anymore,
Yeah.
and move on. So,
Yes. And I don't want to do that
um,
because I'm about listening to myself now.
I shall.
And I'm saying no. And if I keep going back there, then I'm just creating misery for myself. That brings me to what you said to me when we were coaching. You are at first cause. If I stay there and I know I'm not supposed to be there anymore, that this environment is not healthy for me, then that's what I'm creating. So,
I love that. You are at first cause. It's, I say it to myself every day when I start complaining, you at first cause, chica.
mhm,
So you need to just make sure you just, as Michael Jackson said, I'm looking at the woman in the mirror. Okay, he said, man, I'm looking at the woman in the mirror. All right.
yes,
So I love that. And Keita May has here, I feel like I'm actually stepping into my light unapologetically. I'm understanding myself more and loving myself in life like I've never before. And I know what my purpose is, and I am not afraid. And I
Ashe,
love that. I
Ashe.
love that. Everybody says you're looking glowy and
Hey,
lovely.
Deja Boo. Ooh, girl, that's that
Um,
Leo, honey. I'm trying to tell you.
okay, so
Leo
other
rising,
people,
boo.
that's right. Leo
Thank you,
rising in the
ladies. Thank
house.
you.
So yeah, other people were saying, Jasmine said she had been waiting for the other shoe to drop. And she says, I have to work on my trauma response too, trying to trust the universe to bring me goodness with no strings attached. This is all so much about what me and Ocean Kimmy have been talking about with that, doing that spiritual work. And yeah, just staying in the game. It, for me, I say spirituality, but spirituality might be me doing things like energy work and mindset work, personal
Yeah,
development. It may not
yeah,
always be like woo woo reading. For me, life is spirituality.
yes,
So it's whatever your goddess centered lifestyle is about.
yep, yep. It is what you're connect, what you connect with. you know. We're all
Mhm.
different, so we're all going to enjoy different things. Somebody, journaling is all of that for some, and journaling may not be all of that for me. I'm
Mhm.
not saying it's not, but I'm just saying it may not be all of that for me. It may be a part of it. It may be something that is helping me, but it might not be that main thing that I go to, or that main thing that's helping me reroute the way that I'm going, you know.
Yeah. And sometimes in our growth and our development, there was a time when I was not journaling.
Mm,
There was a time when I was. Journaling has always, ever since I was a little girl, has been something I just naturally did.
mm,
Um, but there have been times when I'm less likely to journal, and then it was just a season, it comes back in. Or I know people who didn't like journaling, and once they had enough good experiences with journaling, um, and let me tell you, it is the results you see in your life, then there may be a season where people are like, "No, I can't even live my life without journaling," you know? So,
mhm,
sometimes it's like, and that's what I love about the goddess-centered lifestyle. It's kinda based on what you're doing. So, like, right now, you are at a space where you still have a full-time job, you're, building a business, and you're also in quite a few trainings.
mhm,
Let's see here. Larissa mentioned some things that she's working on, and Keita May is mentioning what she's working on. Shamika, everybody is kind of put out there, still learning. Everyone is kind of put out there what you're working on.
mm,
So the question is, based on what you're doing, what is it? What is your goddess centered practices based on what you are doing right now? Because when I was more where you are, Ocean Kimmy, and I'm just like one click before you, but I know what it's like to be very new, learning a whole bunch of new things. It's like all this learning going on.
mhm,
I needed one set of spiritual practices. This year launching Spiritual Aspirant Initiation, I need a whole different set of spiritual practices because it's not like I'm
yes.
waking up and everything is so zen. No, some mornings I'm waking up like, oh my gosh. Like the other night I went to bed. Right before I went to bed, I looked at Instagram and I was like, I have the wrong word on that graphic. And I did not realize it. Instead of saying ready, it says reading. I'm like, oh my God. I woke up, I was like, "I've gotta get up and change that." That's not how I wake up in the morning. I typically
Mhm,
don't look at Instagram before I go to bed, but it's like, I'm just, like, all about this launch right now, and so, yesterday, there's this tapping, group I'm a part of, and I was like, "I'm just getting ready to go in this group right here and see what this man is tapping about," and he was tapping, he was like, "Does anyone anyone have some tapping they want me to lead you through?" I was like, I know how to tap. I lead
mhm,
people through tapping. No, I need to be led right now. I was like, I'm stressed, I'm overwhelmed. And he thought I was overwhelmed and not doing things. I'm like, no, 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 no. When when I am in this kind of thing, like a business building mode, I am a workhorse. I need to ratchet it back. I'm doing too
mm,
much. So he took me through some tapping on that, and he made some suggestions where I was like, whew, that was real good. Thank you. I logged out the meeting because I was like, I got to go for a walk. I can't sit here and listen to these other
yeah.
people right now. Typically, I'm gonna be respectful. I'm gonna be there and listen to other folks tapping. Not today. I had to get up and go for my walk, right? So
Mhm,
I have a whole different lifestyle going on for me right now. This is not normally how I live, but I am making sure if I go to bed and I'm like, have I journaled today? I will have my eye propped open like this. Because
yeah.
journaling for me,
Mhm,
not journaling for me is not an option,
yeah.
especially not when I'm because it helps me to get so much out of my head.
Get it out. Yeah, get
Yeah,
it on paper.
and last night, you want me to tell you something too? Something that came through was, I don't know what it is. I think that when after I had my first son, my mother had died. Let me see here. I had him in 2000. She died in 1997, and about a year after he was born, I told myself, "I gotta end this grief stuff. This is not working for me." Maybe it was about 6 he was about 6 months old. I was like, "I wanna be present to my son and I'm just devastated that my mother isn't here. And so I took this purple ribbon, and it was this perfect African fabric now that I think about it, and I went and tied it onto the tree outside, and I was like, "This is my way of, um, saying I'm done with this heavy grief." I'm not saying I can't grieve at all, but I'm done with the heavy, dark cloud grief,
Yeah.
and, I'm now making a commitment to live my life fully for me,
Hmm.
my mother, her mother, and her mother's mother, because they all died so young. And with that,
Hmm.
it was a switch.
Yeah.
And something has happened. And I just think yesterday when I was pondering, because yesterday was my mother's birthday, I think that when Craig was gone, staying with his dad, and then my children, they're both gone, and I'm no longer a homeschooler. I have a whole new life, and my husband is not here. It gave me so much time because I'm in the eclipses for that to just bubble back up.
Hmm.
And so last night when I went to bed, I did my gratitude journaling. I eked out a lot about what, especially with this spiritual aspirant initiation enrollment, I was eking out a lot. And then what ended up happening was I just started feeling like I don't know why I am so sad about my mom not being here. I don't know what this is about because I this is not how I typically am.
Uh-huh.
And I was like, and I just started journaling. I went onto my timeline. In NLP, we do timeline work. I went onto my timeline. I went back to that moment when my mom passed. And I was just like, I don't know. I don't see anything there. I just think I had to arrest my grief. And I'm going to tell you one last thing, and we're going to move on. Yesterday, about a few years ago, I don't know when it was, but my mother-in-law died. It'll be this year, 10 years ago. And it was after she died that my sister-in-law said to me, I had no idea what you were going through back in that time because she was so distraught after her mom died, and she was in her 40s. Maybe she was at 50. I can't. No, she was in her 40s, and I was like, it was devastating, and no, most people couldn't understand.
Hmm.
And my mother-in-law would tell my sister-in-law, because I guess my sister-in-law would be like, "What's wrong with Tyra?" Because there would be times when I would just not be with them. I would be at the house with the whole family.
Yeah.
They're sitting around the table, but I would like go into the living room and or I would go lay down and take a nap or something like that.
Hmm.
I just didn't want to be around them. It was painful for me to see my sister-in-law with my mother-in-law. I'm not lying. It was very painful.
Yeah.
And then when she had her baby, my mother-in-law, my sister-in-law, I was like, this is not going to happen for me. And I would just act kind of weird and distant. And she was like, I did not realize. She was like, I'm a jackass because like nobody got it. Right. So these are
Hmm.
the kinds of things that it was like, not only am I grief stricken, there's zero people in the world except for this grievance of bereavement, bereavement support
Bereavement.
that I went through. And
Hmm.
so it was weird. Yesterday, I was talking to Craig and he said, this is crazy. I was telling him, it's my mother's birthday. She would have been 76. He was like, this is crazy. He was just thinking about how he could not imagine our children not having us right now. He was like, but wait a minute. That's exactly what you went through. He said, and I began to think, oh my goodness, I didn't realize
Yeah.
what you were going through at that time.
Yeah.
That actually kind of triggered me a little bit. Both of them saying these things, it kind of triggered me because
Hmm.
that's how when I tell you. And so I think for me right now, all of this is kind of coming up because, well, I'm in the eclipse season. It's like everything is up for review for me with the eclipse in my first house. Um, but it was just kind of like this weird thing where I'm grieving and I have this beautiful SAI enrollment thing going on where I feel like I'm like also high and everything.
Yeah.
But we gotta have all like my spiritual practices look crazy right now, but I'm doing what I need to do. Because I could have just said, I don't have time for that right now. I'm in
Right.
the middle of launching this program. But I was like, you know what? Let's do it.
Yeah.
I
Do
feel
it.
better this morning too. And I know that was a lot, but
Yeah.
I
It's
feel like it's important to share. Like, this is what I love about us getting on and sharing, because people can see the path of spirituality is not a straight and narrow path, because the goddess
mhm,
is the spiral. The
spiral.
goddess is a circle.
Yes.
So what are your thoughts? I know I just talked a whole bunch.
Well, I love that you created a ritual for yourself to get out of your grief, that deep grief you were in. I love that you created that ritual
Oh,
for
thank
yourself.
you.
Um,
I was a mere 30. I was probably about 30, 31.
hmm because I think people don't understand, like, that's a way of reprogramming yourself. It's a way of
That's good.
rerouting yourself, creating a ritual, you know.
I love
I
that.
do a lot of that with my jewelry. I'll make a piece and I say, okay, I'm very intentional with it. I said, this bracelet right here is for this. Every time I look at this bracelet, I'm going to think of this and I'm going to remember to do this. It's kind of like how people put
That's
post-its,
powerful.
all on their mirrors and things like that. That's what my jewelry is for me. That's why I wear so much stuff. It's like a
Eileen was
story.
like, I need a lot of reminders.
Yeah, it's like a story. I got a whole, from the past, the present, the future. I got all kind of stuff going on here.
So this is what I found fascinating about you when we were going through coaching. Um, was you remember I would say you're natural at this. Because who taught you that, Eileen? Tell me.
Say it again. I
Who
didn't hear
who
that.
taught you about the jewelry thing? Who taught you that?
Oh, me. I learned how to make it on my own. My daughter,
Well,
um,
no, just not just making it, but assigning each piece of jewelry to mean a certain thing.
oh,
Who
like
taught you that?
intention. Yeah, the intentions. No, just me though. I just still. So
And so now when you share it with us, we're all like, shoot, okay, this one means this.
yeah,
You see how you allowing yourself to create this ritual, you have shared it now with the community. And now
yes,
the rest of us, where's my other one? The rest of us are putting on. Okay, I know. For me, Ocean Kimmy made this one for me.
yes. That's an Oya bracelet. Yeah,
And every
the
time I
jaguar.
feel like you know what? It's interesting because I didn't really know that this was Oya.
Hmm.
Whenever I'm like, ooh, I need to feel safe or protection. I don't know. It's like when I go someplace, I'm like, if I don't want everybody energy, I'm putting this one on. I just naturally kind of know that because I
Yeah,
don't wear it every day. It's a very
yeah. I
special
didn't tell you
bracelet.
that either, but yeah.
Interesting.
Hmm.
Wow. Wow. So yeah,
Yeah.
that's the power of the goddess centered lifestyle.
Hmm.
Um, so some
Yeah.
of these are saying that they have the same experience with you as the church.
Yeah. I can't speak for everyone, but it was very oppressive for me. You know.
Keita May. When I got my first tattoo, okay, folks were so upset, but they eventually
Hmm.
came around because it was my mother's name. I was 21 at the time. Oh my gosh. Yeah, like
Yeah. We
for
used
real.
to get
21,
fussed
that's the
at for
time to get the
nails.
tattoo.
We
And it's
couldn't
your
even wear
mama.
long nails, girl. Cut our hair, and I love cutting my hair. I was one of them Halle Berry, Tony Braxton, cut your hair girls back in the days. And they would be looking at me like I was crazy because I cut my hair. I grew up in an apostolic church, and you're not supposed to
Mm.
cut your hair. You're not
Oh,
supposed to
that's
wear nothing
right.
above the knee. There's all these rules. And yeah, I'll come strutting up in there because my soul's a little rebellious. I come strutting up in there with my short hair and my red and hot pink nails all curved up. I'm from California. We used to wear them curved nails, girl.
I love
I come
that.
up in there like that was my way of saying something without saying nothing. Yeah. But
I love that. I love that. That is so good. I was always a little bit rebellious too. I was raised up in the Catholic Church. And so, in the Catholic Church, there's no dress code, zero. You don't go with a dress code.
hmm
Even though my mother, she was raised Baptist and converted to Catholicism, she was pretty much like, y'all not gonna be going to church looking raggedy. But she really couldn't do anything. There would be people who were like, yeah, I just was working in my garden and I came here, much respect to white folks. These were white people because black folks would do it now. But back in the day, we'd be like, white folk, they just be like, they got their shorts on. You can tell they had been in the yard, but they're
hmm
at church.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so when I started going more to Baptist church, then the women, it would actually kind of creep me out because they would come to me like, I really admire that you wear pants to church. I'm like, I was raised Catholic. That's what I just used started telling people. I was raised Catholic. I do not have this programming. It goes
Yeah.
back to what we were talking about.
Yeah.
Who says anything is right or wrong?
Mm-hmm.
Because in the Catholic Church, as oppressive as that has been to women, they
Yeah.
didn't care what you wore. They did not care. But you go to the
Mm-hmm.
Black church, they were like,
Mm-hmm. There's a lot of
man,
rules.
I was a superhero
Yeah. A lot
wearing
of
pants.
rules.
So I love this, Keto May. You're correct. You and your old man are having some good conversations. Um, I did my best to be pretty open with my children. My mother was pretty good. I wore my little Daisy Dukes. She never said anything, and just one day I packed all the Daisy Dukes away and have never put them back on.
I wore my Dukes too. I didn't care what they said.
Yeah, I didn't have to. I didn't have to care about that kind of thing. And the other thing that I noticed is the parents who were the most strict on self-expression, especially their children were the ones who would be doing all the sneaking. They were the most rebellious children. So
Hmm.
I just decided, I want to let my kids be who they are. Show me who you are,
Yes.
and let's share that with the
That's what
world.
I do with my kids. But you know what? My mother never made me do any of that stuff.
Hmm.
My mom always allowed self-expression, and that's why when I would go to church,
That's
like,
beautiful.
and I did go all the time because I liked being in like a spiritual type of community, right? I've just always been a really spiritual person, so I liked going to church. But then, man, my mom never made me go. But I would get there and then I would just feel all this chatter and other things going on other than what we there for. And so though my mom would allow me to do these certain things, she didn't care, but it was my whole family other than my mom that was tripping off of, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't this, you can't, all these rules. But because I was going to church and it didn't matter which church you went to, that's how it was.
Mm,
Yeah, so I definitely didn't get it at home from my mom.
mm.
My mom's an Aquarius. My mom is all about that self-expression and rebellion. So
Oh,
my dad's a
Aquarius is
Aquarius
for
too. So,
real, for real, for
hmm
real. I don't know if like a real person just tried to come back here, but I just kicked somebody out because I was like, I ain't seen your name on my live stream this morning. It said Iranian. So if I got you mixed up, let a sister know. But I'm assuming that was like somebody who ain't supposed to be here. So if I kicked you out and you're supposed to be here,
hmm
uh, tell me in the comments. But yeah, you come up here with Iranian. I don't know you.
Shamika Igungun, that's like all the ancestors.
Hmm.
Igun is like your bloodline ancestors, and then Igungun is like all the ancestors, like collectively.
And another, in addition to what Ocean Kimmy said, Egungun are also some of the people who they're the mediums. They're the ones. I've never met one, but like one who says this is my title. It's also a title, Egungun,
Mm-hmm.
someone who channels the ancestors, communes with the ancestors.
Mm-hmm.
Some of us were formatted to be scared of. Most of us have been scared
Yeah, most of us have.
of entrepreneurship,
Yeah,
and I'm gonna
same
be honest
people.
with you. I can see why. You want me to tell you one of my breakthrough thoughts, Ocean Kimmy, about entrepreneurship? There was a time when everybody was an entrepreneur. I remember when I heard that, I was like, no, 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 no. I come from entrepreneurs. Jobs were not a thing at one point. Everybody was raising their own food. They were doing trading with people around the town. Folks had their own, like when we go to some of these countries and you see the big market, Oyaz market,
Uh,
folks were there selling their wares, their food, all
yeah,
that. That's a thing in the
like
world,
farmers market. Yeah.
like a farmer's market.
Hmm.
Okay, we're gonna do it like this. Yeah, because somebody just popped in again, and I'm just like, oh, this is what I need to do. If you want to come in, oh my God. If you want to come in, I gotta go erase this link because somebody keeps popping in here who isn't supposed to be here. Hold on one second, y'all. I got to go find that link and erase it. Wow. Can you hear the pop, the little beep?
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay. Oh, it's so annoying. Okay, so Ocean Kimmy is on here. Where is? I gotta find my stuff. Here we go. Woo. We're in a time of, what do you call it? Huh? Where is this? How do I delete this? I can't delete this one for some reason. Um, we're in a time of what do you call it? Mutability. Because I
Mm-hmm.
never have things like this happen. I wish I had erased that a long time ago. My God, somebody keeps popping on here, and what they're putting on there as their name is
Uh-huh.
foul. So I
What?
may have to end this live stream and just go on a whole new one and send you the link privately.
That is
Okay, let me see here.
crazy.
Where are we? Um, Okay. So what I'm gonna do, y'all, is I'm gonna end this because they just came in and said nigga woman. So it's like they're watching this live stream and now they have the link and they keep popping in here. So
Oh
I'm gonna
my
end this one. Ocean,
gosh.
can we check your email? And I'm gonna send you a link and we're gonna restart it. Okay, y'all.
All
So let me
right.
end it now. Check your email, Ocean Kimmy, and then y'all